What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back with another rebuild, but this time on a team I haven't done in quite some time. So lately there's been some rumors saying that the Lions could take Malik Willis at that second overall pick. So today that's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing this Malik Willis Detroit Lions rebuild. Before we get in this video, guys, like usual, if you could leave it a like, and of course subscribe if you're new around here, would be greatly appreciated. So a lot of people have said that Malik Willis seems like the best quarterback in this draft. So basically, if the Lions went ahead and took him at number 2, I would imagine he'd probably sit behind Jared Goff for a year, and then Malik Willis, experienced guy for 1 year would be better than any other quarterbacks coming out of the next draft class. Maybe it could be the Lions mindset. Regardless, we have an offseason to get to here before we get to the draft. So we have Jack Fox in my queues, who went up to superstar dev this year, which is awesome. I do want to keep DJ Chark. Alex Anzalone, I'm not sure I'll worry about him too much. So there's only a few guys I want to keep around. So let's go and get started, of course, with Jack Fawcett, 26 years old, probably our best player here. No, I'm kidding. But if we could bring him back, that would obviously be ideal, just to keep your punter around. So we'll go ahead and get Jack Fox here, which is awesome. Mike Hughes going up to superstar dev. For sure want to keep him around now. So Mike Hughes is back. Let's go. So that's 25-year-old corner. And then DJ Chark, one of our weapons that we could keep around. They signed for 1 year. Don't know what his future will be after that, but I'm glad we're going to bring him in. Alex Anzalone and Gerard Davis. I don't think I'm going to worry about any of these other guys. I'm ready to just go see what I can find. So let's go to free agency day 1. And of course, we are looking for young pieces. This is going to be a long haul rebuild. As we know, the Lions are in rebuild mode. So we could make some cuts here, and we could do a lot of things. But I think for sure what I want to do is I want to take a look at some of the veterans on this team and see if they're worth keeping around. So wide receiver core actually isn't terrible. Amon-Ra St. Brown is really solid at 22 years old. Chark is solid. I like Swift, and of course I like TJ Hawkinson. So the weapons actually aren't too bad. We have Jackson sitting here, who's a left guard. Jonah Jackson at 25 years old. Frank Ragnow is about 26. So that's not too bad either. And then Taylor Decker is like 28, 27. Yes, 28. So offensive line actually isn't too bad either. You have Vaitai at the guard, and then Penei Sewell, obviously young, right tackle. So we definitely have something going for us here on the offense, which is actually nice. So we don't really have to worry about that. Maybe not as much as I thought we were going to have to. So you have Michael Brockers, and you have Romeo here, and then Tracy Walker. You have a nice young corner, I think, here with Monry. Don't know how to say, Monty, I should say, with his last name. And then Okuda, who I totally even forgot about. I think he was out for the season last year. So actually, cornerback position is not terrible, especially since we have a superstar dev, and then of course you have Okuda here, and then Amani, and then Michael Brockers sitting at 31 years old. If I released him right now, we'd save about $1 million. So I guess I won't release him. So, and then Romeo, same thing, 27. We'd free up $2 million. So it's not really worth cutting either of those guys right now. So looking at everything else, though, definitely needs some work. So let's just go into free agency. Offense, we could use another guard, but we won't sweat it too much. So let's just go to free agency. And let's see what we can get here in free agency in order to make something happen. So you got Tom Brady, Devin McCourty, Rob Gronkowski. Is there anybody here that's worth going for? Obviously, only looking for young players that would fit the timeline of this team. And I might not be able to find that. You have DJ Reed, but corners really isn't something we're looking for all that much. Don't really need another running back. So I think free agency for us may not even be something we're looking into, to be honest with you. We might just be going straight to the draft in order to try to improve this team, which would be fine by me, obviously. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're not going to worry about free agency. We're just going to go straight to the draft and go draft Malik Willis, and then also see what else we could find in draft night in order to make this team even better for the long haul. The one thing I will tell you that I will probably do is, like I said, I painted out the scenario where the Lions would probably start Jared Goff all year. But for me, I probably wouldn't mind just cutting Jared Goff away from this team, just because technically I'd rather just start Malik Willis right away, just because I don't see why not. I mean, if this was like not Madden, and this was real life, of course I would start Jared Goff for a year. But since this is Madden, Malik Willis will develop better if he's playing. So that's why I kind of feel like we might end up just cutting away Jared Goff, which might actually happen, or trade him away, I guess, if some team would be desperate enough to take him. But we're going to go to draft night first, and then we'll make the decision later on if we want to or not. Let's go to the draft. Let's go draft Malik Willis, and then some other pieces, of course, to get on this team for the long haul. So second overall pick here, and like I said, we are going to be drafting Malik Willis with that second overall pick as soon as the Lions decide to take whoever they're going to take. I guess it'll show us here in a second. So we got the the Giants taking Aiden Hutchinson. So of course, this could be an obvious choice in taking Kayvon Thibodeau, which that might be the case in real life, or whoever they might decide to take. But for me, like I already said, I'm going to be taking Malik Willis since that has gained some rumor traction. So Malik Willis apparently might be one of the best quarterbacks out of this draft is what they're saying. Kenny Pickett might have something to say about that, but Malik Willis is who the draft pick is going to be. Only normal development, which sucks, but it's all right at the end of the day. We'll be just fine. Honestly, might move him to star development because I feel like he deserves star development, or hidden development, but who knows. But go to pick number 7. Let's go ahead and see what we can get here at pick number 7 since we do have the 7th pick for some reason. But hey, I'll take it. So Evan Neal, DeMarvin Leal, David. I mean, we could use a number of things, but I think I want to focus on defense. Ooh, Ime Ikwanu is here as well. That would solve our guard position like immediately if they wanted to go that route, because I feel like we could get like another pass rusher in later rounds. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go Ikem Ikwanu here. I don't even know if I've ever drafted him before. That would give us another guard here though to protect Malik Willis. So I'm gonna take that with the 7th overall pick, and then now we can go to the 2nd round pick and probably get like another stud pass rusher in round 2 or linebacker, whatever we decide to do. So Nick Bonito just went right before we were about to select, so it would have been awesome to get him. We have Charles Cross, Jamison Williams, also apparently the best wide receiver this draft, but of course injury concerns there. Trent McDuffie, but do I take a wide receiver here? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would not be opposed to it. And I think I am going to take Jamison Williams out of Alabama. I'm going to give Malik Willis another weapon. So far, it's all offense. So far. But trust me, we're going to be getting to the defense in round 3. So let's go to round 3. So we got basically our investment on the offense. We have Chark, Jamison Williams, and now and then Amon-Ra St. Brown as well. So we got the weapons for Malik Willis for the future, which is awesome. Now we need to focus on getting the defense. So we could have drafted Drake London as well, which wouldn't have been bad. But Cade Mays, Haskell Garrett, Kyron Williams, Zach Harrison. Again, like I said, we need to focus on the defense now, which we kind of maybe waited a little bit too long on. But I know for sure I have a hidden development player in Haskell Garrett if I need to take him, which is probably going to be my pick here. So Haskell Garrett. Again, we didn't really focus on the offense too much, but I mean, when those guys fell in my lap, I feel like I had to take him. So Haskell Garrett will be his hidden development defensive tackle. So I'll take him, and he'll hopefully help us out in rejuvenating this Lions defense. So yeah, that's going to be my only draft pick on the defense, which is quite a bit of an L. But again, we got free agency. We got the next draft as well. We're not worried about being good this year. I mean, we got Malik Willis the best chance to succeed and develop his year number 1. So I guess that's more or less what I was focused on. Now, I kind of wish Malik Willis was in development. Pretty sure he definitely could be. So we'll see if I decide to change that, because I feel like he should be, but maybe I won't mess with it. I don't want to upset people. So if we take a look at the lineup, it'll show me what we're looking like, especially after that draft, man. We look damn good for offense. Offensively, we plugged every hole we kind of needed on the offense. We got a tight end. So Malik Willis is, they got Jamal Williams starting, which I don't like that. So we got Akon, or however you say his first name. You got Swift, Jamal Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You have Josh Reynolds, but I want to put Jamison Williams in position to succeed. Now, I don't know if I want to put him over Amon-Ra St. Brown. So we'll put him in the slot. Well, that's still over Amon-Ra St. Brown. So put him down there. Jamison Williams will be in the slot this year, I guess. So DeAndre Swift. And then Jared Goff, again. If this was real life, I could see myself starting Jared Goff, but since it's not, I'm just going to start Malik Willis this year. And defensively, we didn't really get too much better, obviously. We have McNeil here, who is 22. Wow, okay, so I didn't realize we had a young defensive tackle, but we could always move the defensive scheme if we need to, which actually might do that, to be honest with you. That way we could have Haskell Garrett and McNeil starting together, and maybe McNeil somehow goes to star development this year. Wouldn't mind that. And then Tracy Walker, but he's pretty young, never mind, only 27. So, all right. I like what we got. Obviously, more work to be done. I still might move Malik Willis's development to hidden development just because I feel like it would make the video better. But we'll see what we can make happen. I'm going to change the defensive scheme, and we'll go from there. So at the end of the season, we ended up going 4-13, which shouldn't be too surprising, obviously. We kind of had some work to do. We did beat the Buffalo Bills in Week 18, though. I guess that's something we can kind of hang our hat on. I don't know how, but we'll take it. So 4-13, won one more game than we did last year. Looking at the stats, so offense was 31st in the NFL. Okay. And then defense, let's see, was 29. So obviously, we didn't focus too much on the defense. Malik Willis, 31 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Did not go up in development trait. Would have loved to have seen him do that, but he did not. Swift with 819 yards and only 1 rushing touchdown, and then 10 from Jamal Williams. Receiving wise, DJ Chark, 1,000 yards, 800. And then Jamison Williams did not get any, like 184 yards. Hate to see that. Would have loved him to see, okay, so he developed still, which is awesome. And 8 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, and then 8 from Josh Reynolds. Defensively, though, Sacks wise, I mean, obviously we don't really have too much going for us in the defense, so nothing to really expect too much there. Mike Hughes, 4 interceptions though, 2 from Walker, and 4 from Amani. So we're happy with that, but of course there's still more work to be done. We're gonna get into this draft, get in this free agency, and of course try to put this team back on the map still. So going into the offseason with about $50 million in cap space, and of course we also need to resign a few guys. You have TJ Hawkinson and Amani, who are both free agents, so I definitely want to bring both of them back. Especially TJ Hawkinson. I mean, tight ends around the league don't grow around, don't grow on trees. So I would love to keep TJ Hawkinson around. So if we can get him for about this much money, he is back. So that's great. Amani would like to bring him back as well for another corner just to stick around. So bring him back, and that would be solid for us. And he is back. W. Jamal Williams, I won't be bringing back. Josh Reynolds, I won't be bringing back. And then I won't be bringing back any of those guys either. So free agency. We only have $31 million, which is kind of surprising to me. I feel like we should have more, but I'm assuming it's because like guys like Goff's contract, some of the offensive lineman contracts. So we go take a look at the team salaries. Could we go ahead and just cut away with Jared Goff this offseason? So savings wise, Jared Goff, we save about $20 million. So I think it only makes sense to do that. So Jared Goff, thank you for your services, but you are gone, my friend. So everything else, though, Taylor Decker at 29 years old, could make sense to maybe move on from him via trade, though. Don't think I'll just cut him. Romeo, same thing. Michael Brockers, we could free about $10 million. I think it makes a ton of sense to move on from him. So I'm going to cut Michael Brockers, get him out of here. I'm going to also cut, don't know how to say this guy's name, but we did just draft Aquanu, so there's no reason to keep him either. And again, I think I'll be moving on from Romeo and Taylor Decker, maybe Taylor Decker via trade potentially. Maybe not. We may keep them. Who knows? But that should free up quite a bit of money for us to spend in free agency in order to acquire some young assets, young pieces to this team. Of course, like I said, we could make some trades as well. So that gives Malik Willis the quarterback position alone. Offensive line here looking really, really solid. Of course, though, Taylor Decker may be on the move. We'll see. And then Malik Willis not backed up by anybody else. And then DJ Chark, Cephas, and Jamison Williams, of course, is in there now as well, which kind of want him to be in that mix. So I love that. And defensively, you got Romeo, who is a down, and then Haskell Garrett went up star development. McNeil is still young, and then Mike Hughes, Jeffrey Okuda. So a lot of work to still be done. Let's go to free agency, though, and see if there's some bargain deals we can get. I don't want to spend too much money. I'm not going to go for like the home run hitter like a Jeffrey Simmons or anything like that. But Rashawn Garrett, 25 years old, though, could be fun. Low-key, could be fun. I kind of like the idea of getting Rashawn Garrett potentially. But he is more of a guy you'd put on the D-line for this scheme that we have. So maybe we could do that with him. And, of course, we would be stealing him also from the Green Bay Packers. So we can't complain about that either. You also have Montez Sweat, who's superstar dev. So we could solve our end positions right there by getting both those guys, which we could do that, which we might look into. And then Darnell Savage at 26 years old, another Green Bay Packer we could kind of steal away, which looking like a guy that I might go for. You got Juan Thornhill as well. Chase Edmonds, Alexander Madison, got Monty Hooker at 25. So we could easily solve some of our positions here. I don't want to go too crazy, though, and like spend too much money in this free agency class. But I do want to make some purchases here. So I'm going to shop on the top shelf here for Rashawn Gary. I like the idea of putting him on the end for this defense. Ooh, he's going to be a lot of money, though. A lot of money. Maybe we won't go. Maybe we won't go for him. Montez Sweat, though, I wouldn't be opposed to. So Montez Sweat, 26 years old. If we have enough money for Rashawn Gary, sure. But it would be tough for me to go get him. So I'm going to go offer Montez Sweat. We are above the Cowboys by a sneaky little bit. So I'll offer his bonus a little bit higher and see if that moves anything. 110 total points. Pushes over them a little bit more. Would not be surprised if we did not get him, though. Darnell Savage, though, our safety positions are very much lacking. So getting Darnell Savage from the Green Bay Packers would be fantastic. So I'm going to go for Darnell Savage. And we have his number one offer by quite a bit, which is awesome. And then we do technically have enough money to get a Monty Hooker. But I think I might just go safety in the draft. Maybe we go for Catalan again. You got Slayton, but we don't really need a wide receiver. So I do like the idea of getting Rashawn Gary, and then him and Montez Sweat would be awesome together. So maybe we do go for him because we technically have the money to do so, and we are going to be making some trades. So you know what? We're going to go for Rashawn Gary. We're going to offer on him. We'll get 2 Green Bay Packers here. So here's number one offer by quite a bit. So it'd be Montez Sweat, Darnell Savage, and Rashawn Gary we're going for. So let's see if we get all 3 of them. And of course, we are going to be making those trades as well. So let's go ahead and make these moves and see if we get them. So if we get all 3 of them, great. If not, then it's fine. But we do get Rashawn Gary and we get Darnell Savage. We do not get Montez Sweat, which is fine. But Rashawn Gary and Darnell Savage, 2 Green Bay Packers. We get 2 guys within the division in order to steal them from Green Bay, which is a good feeling as a Lions fan, I would assume. Maybe paid Rashawn Gary a little bit too much money, but I think it'll be worth it. Like I said, I do want to move him to the left end, though, because I think he'll obviously fit there a little bit better. So we'll move him to the left end, and then we'll probably be making those trades, like I said, with Romeo, and of course, also maybe Taylor Decker. We'll see. Maybe keep him around. There's a potential we can, because, you know, offensive linemen do develop a little bit better. So Rashawn Gary, put him on the left end position. He's looking really good there. So D-line's looking a lot better now. Romeo, probably going to end up trading you away, though, my friend. Sorry, but we're going to have to do it. So the Bengals need a linebacker, so I'm going to try to send them Romeo for a 3rd round pick, and they decide to agree to that. So just like that, we got ourselves a 3rd round pick for Romeo. I don't think I'm actually going to trade Taylor Decker. I'm going to keep him around, but we get a 3rd round pick in order to replace what we just had. And defensively, of course, it needs some work in the linebacker spots. Like, it is kind of a mess right now. But we got Darnell Savage, got Rashawn Gary. We have Haskell, we have McNeil here on the D-line. So this looks really awesome. Safety position still needs work. And then we also need linebackers really, really badly. So that is what we'll be looking for in this draft for sure. So if you go to free agency real quick before we decide to move on. So we still have a lot of money as well, which is awesome because we didn't get Montez Sweat. But I might go for a backup quarterback here real quick. So Taylor Heineke, we'll go for him. Taylor Heineke, if you want to come be our quarterback for this year, that'd be awesome. So we get Taylor Heineke. And then linebackers, just in case there's anybody out here worth signing. You have Quincy Williams, but he doesn't really move the needle for us. You have Joel, and then Dante Hightower and Reuben Foster, who are all scheme fits. You know, Dante Hightower would be cool, but I don't know, man. I think we'll just go to the draft. I think we'll just go to the draft. I think that makes the most sense. Let's just go to draft night and hope we get enough here in the draft in order to push this team where we want them to be. So for me, this is kind of an all defensive draft. We have round 1, pick 1, and round 1, pick 3. Don't know what that pick 3 is from. Probably from the Rams, I would assume. So yeah, we definitely have the ability to make this team freaking fantastic. So we have Myles Murphy. This is, like I said, an all defensive draft though. So, you know, maybe a tackle somewhere in the mix, but I like this for an all defensive draft. So Will Anderson out of Alabama. We do need linebackers really badly. Zone coverage isn't great. Then you have Myles Murphy as well. You have Brian. I mean, I feel like we could walk away with Will Anderson here and then walk away with either Brian or Myles Murphy. So I'm going to draft Will Anderson with this initial draft pick. So welcome to the Lions, my friend. We needed a linebacker. So Will Anderson, welcome to the team. And then the Bills are going to take whoever they decide to take, as they're going to be taking DJ. So they take a quarterback, which is quite surprising, actually. So we get the ability to take Brian or Myles Murphy here, which we do have 2 young tackles we do like, or defensive tackles, I should say. And then we do need an end. Myles Murphy does seem like a guy I would love to have here. But at the end of the day, do I want Brian or do I want Myles Murphy? Because I know Brian's an absolute stud, but they're both really good. So could have walked away with both of them technically. But I'm going to take Myles Murphy, I think. I'm going to roll with the defensive tackles I do have and get Myles Murphy to be my other end opposite of Rashawn Gary. So welcome to the team, Myles Murphy, hidden development player. We love to see that. So Myles Murphy, welcome to Detroit. And like I said, it's an all defensive draft. So round 2, pick number 3. If Jalen Catalan is here for my strong safety spot, I'm taking him 100%. If he's here anyway, I don't know if he will be. BJ Ojulari, Marvin Mims, Jalen Carter, Karan Prunty, Jalen Rivers, Shane Lee, Noah Sewell. And I don't think I get that lucky, unfortunately. So Matt Corral also here. Jordan Tools, or Tolles, I should say, out of LSU. We do need a strong safety. So let's see how good he's looking. So he's got B tackle, C man coverage, C hit power. But we do need a strong safety. F play recognition. He looks kind of, I don't know. B awareness, B block shedding. We scouted him quite a bit. Don't love his man. Don't love his play recognition. But we do need a strong safety. He has normal development, which is quite unfortunate. But it is what it is. So we got ourselves a strong safety. Now we should have 2 or 3 third-round picks in this draft. So let's see what we can get here. So I think we have 2 third-round picks to correct myself. So we got a strong safety to hopefully will be decent. We have NJ Sherman. So I think we should go linebacker here. So Chris Bogle or MJ Sherman or Warren McClendon. I guess we could take a tackle as well. But I think I might just take MJ Sherman out of Georgia here to get myself another linebacker that we definitely could desperately use. So I'm going to take MJ Sherman, get another young linebacker in the mix, and then round 3, pick number 30 will be my last selection in this draft, unless we have 31 and 32, which I don't think we do, which we do not. We have an early 4th rounder, though, so I guess we could maybe draft there. But you got Darnell Wright, Walter Parks, Devin Richardson, EJ Williams, Reggie Grimes. We need a middle linebacker. Stephon Thompson is here out of Syracuse. B block shedding deep pursuit. We'll give ourselves a chance. Stephon Thompson. So we got all of our linebackers, hopefully, to maybe be something for us. Don't really know if we can count on them or not, but we'll see what happens. I'm sitting at the end of the draft. We definitely focused on all defense in that draft because our offense, we kind of focused on last draft. So hopefully this ends up working out for us the way we think it should. So taking a look at the offense around my man Malik Willis, it looks really solid. So you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, Quintez Cephas. I still want to start Jameson Williams though over Quintez Cephas. I'm sorry. So Jameson Williams is in there now. You got TJ Hawkinson, Penei Sewell, Aquanu, Frank Ragnow, Jackson, and Taylor Decker we decided to stick with. And you got DeAndre Swift, Hardy. And looking at the defensive side of the ball that we definitely, kind of invested in a little bit. So MJ Sherman ended up being a 74 overall. Miles Murphy looking really good. McNeil and then Rashawn Gary, of course. And then our middle linebacker is Maga, who is 23. So we're just going to have to hope he develops enough. And then Tools ended up being 74. So that's actually not too bad either. So this is what the defense looks like. If I do change the scheme, it's a 65% right now. So I don't know if we have a different fit. That would, I guess we got a 3-4 under scheme fit, which I guess could be a better fit for us. So I think we might go 3-4 under then, but that would move Haskell Garrett out, or this would actually put, this would do this. So Haskell Garrett, but I guess it's a better scheme fit, and we took Thompson, so I guess we could do that and hope it's fine enough. And then McNeil, then back to by Haskell Garrett. So yeah, I guess we could do this. I think this makes more sense to do it this way. So we'll see how it goes this season. It's a better scheme fit than it was before. We're going to simulate to the end of this season. And we're going to see if this team can make the playoffs, led by Malik Willis. So once again, another year of not making the playoffs, which we can't be too surprised by, but our offense is an 87. Our 84 is our defense is an 84. So we are developing, slowly but surely developing on this team. So I think this next season, as long as things go pretty well for us, I think you could maybe see us getting into the postseason. I really do. I think it's definitely possible. Of course, Malik Willis has to continue to develop, though. So maybe he went up to star development this year. Would have been awesome to see that. But we take a look at the stats this year to see what we're, kind of looking with, seeing what we're dealing with. So offense was 29th in the NFL, and then defense was 30th. So, we did invest on the defense, but it wasn't good enough. 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions from Malik Willis. So 75 overall now, not too bad. Rushing wise, DeAndre Swift 1,010 touchdowns. Receiving wise, Chark. So Jameson Williams not getting more yards than Quintez Cephas is quite annoying, but it is what it is. Defensively, 13 sacks from Miles Murphy, though, 8 from Will Anderson, and then 7 from Rashawn Gary, 13 from McNeil, and then 2.5 from MJ Sherman. So not too bad interceptions wise. 2 from Tools, 2 from Makuta, 2 from Tracy Walker, and 2 from Darnell Savage. So slowly but surely, we are getting where we want this Lions team to be, though, for sure. So 4-13 again. So that means another high draft pick here. So we could add potentially another guy in order to make this team even better. So if we're going to go ahead and start to upgrade, Miles Murphy already up to a damn 87 it looking like. So we love that. Chiefs end up beating the Panthers in the Super Bowl. We have about $63 million in cap space. So we'll see who we need to resign first and foremost, which I think we'll probably have like a Taylor Decker resign here. I think he was on a 1-year deal, I believe, or had 1 year left on his contract. Let's see. You got Swift, Jonah Jackson, Jeffrey Okudah. So, and then Quintez Cephas, I won't be bringing back. This way we have Jameson Williams for sure in there. So, okay. So Decker is not a free agent. And then we have Julian, Quintez Cephas. So I think I want to re-sign all these guys up top. Swift's going to be really cheap. Running backs are really cheap in Madden for some reason. So Swift will be bringing back, of course. I love DeAndre Swift out of a pass option, and just in general, I love him as a running back. So Jonah Jackson, I'm going to bring back as well. And then Jeffrey Okudah, for sure, want to bring him back. And he's going to be relatively cheap as well. So we'll bring him in, and he'll be solid. He has struggled with injuries, so hopefully he ends up staying healthy for the Detroit Lions. But that still gives about $41 million in cap space. So still quite a bit of money. Obviously, we need to leave the books open because we do have some guys we do need to sign. But we are trying to go for it this year. Offense is literally an 89 overall, so we have to feel really good about that. So offense is developing. You got Chark, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, TJ Hawkinson. So offense is looking great. 84 overall on the offense, which is, or I think it was more than that, but we love that. Defensively, though, if we take a look, Miles Murphy is superstar X Factor. McNeil is still normal dev. Rashawn Gary is star development, of course. And then you got Thompson and Maga, which I think we really, and then Tools, I'm so comfortable with just, rolling with him at the strong safety. Kuda and then Mike Q. So I like everything we have here, other than my middle linebacker position. So I think we should try to get another middle linebacker here. Maybe even another outside linebacker wouldn't hurt either. Obviously, you got to go for a scheme fit, though. So I think that's going to be my goal here in free agency. Of course, we do have a high draft pick again, so we could get that as well. Khalil Mack, I'm not going to be going for. Tyler Boyd, not going to go for him either. Sebastian Joseph Day, not going to go for him. Michael Pierce. So again, what we're looking for is linebackers, and that might not be here for us. You have Lewis, and so yeah, Kenneth Murray, Devondre Campbell, and Bobby Wagner. So I think I 100% want to walk away with Kenneth Murray at least out of the draft or out of free agency. He's a 82 overall, 25-year-old scheme fit. And then you got Chandler Jones, who would be, I guess, a nice signing, which I guess we need a pass rushing linebacker for this scheme. And Khalil Mack is that's a weird, I guess Khalil Mack's known as a run stopper. But Kenneth Murray, 100% want to walk away with him out of this free agency class because he is a scheme fit. We need a middle linebacker, and he would be really nice, as we should get him, hopefully. So Kenneth Murray, would love that addition to the team. And then again, I mean, Chandler Jones would be awesome, but he's just a little too old for my liking. So I guess we should, maybe we could trade for a young pass rushing linebacker with one of our draft picks if we're trying to get to where we want to be now. Strong safety, I'm gonna roll with what we got, like I said. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go for a linebacker who is somewhat young. Maybe trade our second round pick, and maybe not our first though. So I don't know how many picks we have in this upcoming draft, but we are looking to make the playoffs. So I wouldn't mind trading for somebody. So we have second overall pick again. So no extra draft picks this time. So I wouldn't mind trading my second, though, for like a linebacker that would fit here, which we do need a linebacker, or right outside linebacker, I believe it was. So yeah, we'll see what we can find. All right, I'm actually going to go for it this year. I'm getting Roquan Smith from the Chicago Bears, scheme fit, 95 overall middle linebacker to upgrade my defense. Second round pick, first round pick in order to get Roquan Smith. That also gives us Kenneth Murray. And then we have literally the second pick overall in this draft. So if Kenneth Murray can accept this contract as well to be another middle linebacker on my defense, that just gives us plenty of depth if we have that. So just like that, we got Kenneth Murray as well. So defense is looking so much better now. It's looking really nice. And then we can go into this draft with in mind drafting a linebacker because I love the offense. It looks fantastic. Obviously around Malik Willis, I think there's a lot of good weapons. And then offensively, Roquan Smith is superstar dev. Will Anderson is superstar dev. Miles Murphy on the D-line. And then defensive tackle. Would not mind upgrading that a little bit. Obviously, maybe do that in the draft. So we can either go ahead and draft a outside linebacker or a defensive tackle, I think, in this upcoming draft. So I am comfortable with doing that. So round one, pick number 2 overall is going to have to be a really good impact player, which is what I want for it to be. So let's go into this draft. Let's see if we can get a defensive tackle or a linebacker in order to make this team that much better. So round 1, pick number 2 overall. Let's go to our second overall pick. They end up taking Tola Tagovailoa, or however you say his name. So let's go ahead and jump in at pick number 2. And we got Jaden Daniels, got Will Lowry, you got Trey Sanders. I don't need a guard, though. I want a freaking stud pass rusher right here, or just a defensive tackle as well. Any of that would work for me, but not really seeing the options. I don't like the options we have on the board. I don't really want to take a guard. So Will Lowry, Jaden Daniels, Trey Sanders, Alex Claxton, Max Johnson. You have Deshaun Molden out of Penn State. B pursuit, and he's got A awareness, A hit power, B pursuit. Do I just take Deshaun Molden with this pick? I do, and he's normal development. So L, whatever. So you know what? That's fine. We'll roll with it. Round 3, pick number 2. Our defense is in a comfortable spot where I like it, though. It sucks he wasn't star development or hidden development, though. I would have loved a hidden development player there. We'll make this last selection with our round 3 pick, though. You have Clarence, you have Kendall Minton, Alex Smith, Earl Bush. You got Justin Wilkins, Antonio Clark. So, yeah, this draft class, not really loving it too much. But I guess we can go ahead and take a corner. Clarence Silas out of Georgia at the top of the board. Be catching. Just another cornerback option. I'm sure he's normal dev. He is. So, I don't know if there's even any hidden development players in this draft class, but we'll walk out of the way with this draft decent, but for the most part, our big acquisition was Roquan Smith. trading our first round pick next year in order to make that happen. So hopefully it works out for us. So at the end of this season, we ended up making the playoffs for the first time in this video at 9-8, going up against a 13-4 San Francisco 49ers. Our division was terrible, but how the hell are we in the playoffs at 9-8 as the third? I guess 9-8 got you into the playoffs. I mean, the NFC just must have sucked this year, right? I have to look. How bad was this NFC that 3 9-8 teams got in the playoffs? That doesn't make any sense. So if you just go to the NFC real quick, we got 13-4. Okay, so literally just a bunch of 9-8 teams. So literally, yeah, okay. So Cowboys and 49ers are the huge threat. Of course, we're playing the San Francisco 49ers. So, I mean, if we find a way to beat them here, that would obviously be awesome, but we'll see. If we take a look at the stats real quick, offense was 15th in the NFL, so not too bad. The defense was 9th in the NFL. So yeah, defense we've been investing on quite a bit. Malik Willis, 28 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, up to a 77 overall, which is awesome. Rushing wise, DeAndre Swift, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. Receiving, Monroe St. Brown, 3 touchdowns, 10 touchdowns, and then 7 touchdowns from Jamison Williams. And then defensively, looking at the sacks, you had 13 from Miles Murphy, 10.5 from Will Anderson, 7 from Rashawn Gary, 2.5 from Kenneth Murray, 1 from McNeil, 1 from Molden, 1 from Levi, and 1 from Zane Anderson. So let's just go ahead, get into these playoffs, and let's see what can happen here. Coming into this game with the all-color rush uniforms, going up against Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers. I don't even know if we have a chance, but like I said, if we find a way to upset this team, we could potentially go all the way. I mean, which would be wild to think about. But let's go into this game, and no expectations. Let's just see how we do. So we start off with no points. San Francisco gets some points, and they are going to be up 14-0. So yeah, I mean, we're playing a really good football team, so I can't be too surprised. I'm just kind of happy we even made it. It's 7-14 though, 7-21. Malik Willis, if you can go get another score before half, that would be awesome. It's 10-21. Get a stop? No, 10-28. Like I said, defense isn't bad. It's 10-35, and I mean, we can't be too surprised by this. I mean, we kind of figured that we would probably get blown out here. 17-38 though. The fact that we even got to the playoffs though is a good thing. Obviously, we'd like to see a little bit better next year. So with some more work, I think we're just going to run the same team back. I think with more development, this team will be great. Like I said, this is about to be year number 4, and our free agents actually aren't too bad. So I think we can actually technically upgrade this team. So we want to keep Panay Sewell around, obviously. So I think this last season should be this next season will be our last one, I think. So we keep Jack Fox around as well, just as our punter. So we'll offer on him. Jack Fox should be back. W. And our Monroe St. Brown, of course, I want to keep him around. So we'll keep a Monroe St. Brown. That gives it about $24 million in cap space to work with. Ooh, I want to get Taylor Decker back as well as an offensive lineman. So he won't be too expensive either. So I guess that gives us about $16 million. So that also, we could sign McNeil back, 25 years old. But we'll come back to him. Let's go to free agency day 1, and let's see if there's a better nose tackle out there in free agency. I don't know if there will be. I don't even have another draft class to load, so it'll be an auto-generated draft class. I'm not going to worry about it. We traded our first-round pick in order to get to where we are now. So looking at the offense, Malik Willis would love to see this man be a star development, but he is not. It is what it is. But Monroe St. Brown, DJ Chark, this all looks really good. Offense is great. We love the offense. Freaking fantastic. Defensively, though, love the defense as well. Haskell Garrett could step into that position, I guess. But I think I want to put the icing on the cake, I guess you could say. I want to put somebody, so MJ Sherman, I guess, could start over Molden. But I want to put the icing on the cake with either a defensive tackle or a linebacker if that is in this free agency class. So let's see if that is here. So let's go look. We have Zach Martin, which we don't need. We have Orlando Brown, Mo Rig here, Harrison Butker, Xavier Howard, and don't know if we'll get that lucky. Jadeveon Clowney, Jayon Brown, which he is superstar dev, but we don't need him in a linebacker. So Matthew Judon, not going to happen there. Jayon Brown, again, I mean, we could move him outside, but I'm not going to do that. Randy Gregory. So that's not really here. What we were looking for is not really here. So, I mean, do we just go ahead and get what we had back? I think we do. I think we just go for McNeil and call it good. I mean, we let him walk free agency, so we could have definitely risked losing him. But I'm just going to try to bring him back, and I think I'm going to roll with the same team. So, the Chicago Bears actually have kind of a grip on McNeil here. So if we don't get him back, that would suck. We're still not over Chicago. Got to move the bonus up a little bit. So if we don't get him, I mean, I guess we don't get McNeil, but I think we should get him after that. So I think that'll be our one signing. They're just gonna have to develop on, or just gonna have to hope for MJ Sherman's develop. But we're up to an 86 overall. We went from like a 70 overall in this video to 86, so you can't be too upset. We got McNeil back, and we're probably just gonna run the same roster back. Of course, this is gonna be the draft, but I'm not even actually gonna jump into it. So we're gonna hope this next season is a 10-win team, a team that can get into the playoffs and then potentially go deep in there. Love how the team looks. I think we have a really good chance of making something happen in this video. So at the end of the season, we ended up winning the NFC North, and I don't know how long it's been since the Lions have won the NFC North, but 11-6 on the season while the Packers at the bottom of the division. It feels great to trade places with them for once. So let's go ahead and upgrade everybody here real quick. 11-6 on the season, lost to Denver in week 18. But if we take a look at the stats this year to see how things went, wait a minute, hold on, I gotta look at something again. Did that just say what I think it just said? Oh, never mind. I thought it said Trey Lance threw 71 touchdowns. I was like, huh? How does that happen? But no, it's 36, 71% completion rating. So if we go take a look at our stats real quick, and not the schedule, my apologies, but taking a look at the stats for the year. Offense was 16th in the NFL. Then defense was, let's see, 4th in the NFL. So yeah, defense we've been kind of hammering on. Malik Willis, 34 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He's up to an 81 overall now. Still not star development though. Rushing wise, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. Receiving wise, DJ Chark, 1,300 yards, 900 yards, 800 yards, and then 800 yards. So offense looks really freaking good. Defensively, sacks wise, 14.5 from Rashawn Gary, 12.5 from Miles Murphy, 8 from Will Anderson, 3.5 from McNeil, and then 2.5 from NJ Sherman. So without further ado, I think we're playing the, who are we playing in the, we're playing the Rams. Oh, so this will be fun. Matthew Stafford coming into Detroit for a playoff game. I feel like maybe it's still Stafford, who knows? Maybe it's somebody else starting, but let's jump into this game. See if we can win our playoff game here. Malik Willis, it is your time to shine, my friend. Can you come in here and make sure this Lions team advances over Stafford? I don't know if Stafford's still starting for the Rams at this point. I would assume he is, but you never really know. Skip moment. And we're going to start off with a touchdown, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We get a stop, and we get another stop. Come on, Malik Willis. Put up 14 real quick. There you go. W. Rams do turn it over, or they miss a field goal. It's 21-7. Okay. It is now 28-7. Malik Willis is not playing around. I have to see a Stafford starting at quarterback real quick. I have to. It is 14-28 though. And now we can go ahead and see. And there's a guys, by the way, I'm home alone right now. And I just keep hearing nonstop banging like upstairs. And I have no idea what it is. It must be a ghost. I don't know. But regardless, it's 14-35. And I think we won this game. So even if I get, haunted here, after, I'm done recording this video, at least I can say I beat the Rams in the playoffs. So let's get to the divisional round. So it is another home game, but this time it is against the Minnesota Vikings, a division rival. Malik Willis, you played fantastic last week. Would love for you to play the same way against the Minnesota Vikings. And by the way, Stafford was not starting for the Rams. It was Baker Mayfield. So that was interesting to say the least. But getting right into this game, we have the ball again. If we got a touchdown when we first started, that'd be great here as well. And we do 7-0 to start things off. 14-0 W. 7-14 though. And okay, go score again. Malik Willis, please go score again, please. I'm begging you. Do not let them tie it up. 21-7 W. Get a stop. And now 21-7. Allow the Vikings though to be within a score. And now it is 17-21. Malik Willis needs you to score here. Come on, Malik Willis. Go. All right. It's not looking good for us right now. It's 31-21. We were in prime position to win this game. But since I am coming out here, I'm here to save the day. We have DJ Chark on a go route. But we do have the safety following him. So we'll just take Williams there on that nice little gain there. So we need a stop out of our defense, but we need this touchdown for sure. Because if we don't get this... Dude, I don't know what is going on, but I think it's outside. It has to be outside because I literally just can't not stop hearing it. But regardless, we're focused. We're focused right now in this playoff game. I'm about to get sacked, and I did get sacked. Okay. Tried to throw it away last second. Did not work out in my favor. I am distracted by the ghost right now, but it's all right. So, 4 verts. We got Danielle Hunter activated, which isn't ideal whatsoever. But I did escape the pocket. Ooh, I have no idea who I just threw it to. I meant to throw it to the... That's why I just clicked the wrong button. That was almost disastrous. But all right, we need a first down. Enough messing around. We need a first down very badly. I have to take it. I had to get rid of it, man. We have to go for it, bro. We don't really have a choice at this point. Have to go for it here on this drive. Play action, deep outs. Actually, this won't even work. Well, we're gonna have to hope Jameson. I don't even know what. For vertical. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna be hoping this gets open somehow. Well, I think I might have a chance on Jameson Williams here. Oh, he dropped it. No, I had it. Ah, that sucks. And of course, they put the cherry on the top, bro. Oh, I had it there, man. Williams, you gotta catch that, bro. That was a tough catch. Was in traffic, I won't lie. But if he catches that, I don't know, man. Well, almost could have been intercepted there easily, but we'll take the game with Jameson Williams. I don't know why you're celebrating, man. We definitely lost this game. But bro, I had that. Jameson Williams catches that, we might be in position where we could win this game. Maybe. Of course, we had to get the stop, which they did score, so maybe we weren't going to win the game regardless. But I have TJ Hawkinson here. Throwing the run is incredible, but unfortunately, defender pushed me out of bounds. So that sucks. But here we go, man. We are going to be jumping in and seeing. We have Webster, who I have no idea who that is. But let's see if we can get Webster wide open here. I have Jameson Williams. Actually, no, I don't. And again, almost a pick. All right, man. At this point, I'm just going to throw it up because I'm just embarrassing myself at this point. So Jameson Williams or even Chark, if you guys want to get open, that'd be great. I have Jameson Williams here one-on-one. I think this might be overthrown, though, and it was. So just like that, boys, it is going to be it for me. Unfortunately, we did not win the game. I will blame it on the ghost upstairs, but thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy. And also let me know if you think the Lions should take Malik Willis with the #2 overall pick. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.